Like,
I don't see the feel.
Me either. I'm too
They
old.
super comfy.
I told you when they first came around, it was nothing but for fat dudes and chefs. Like that was the only people wearing Crocs. That was the only people allowed to wear Crocs. No,
This dude do not like that MCU motherfucker sticking out that ocean in Crocs. This is like the second or third time he done brought this shit up.
I don't know how we keep getting back to it. I mean, yeah,
Shit,
we talking
shit
about
fucking
that.
with you, man. Shit on your heart.
It's I know, right?
It really does bother me. Actually.
The kids been priced out, man. They've been priced out the shoe game, man. The only thing that's affordable is Vans and Crocs.
Yeah, my daughter do love Vans.
Got my Vans on and they look like sneakers. Yeah, Vans is cool. I remember we couldn't wear them growing up. It was a wrap. Wore some Vans.
No.
Go right ahead.
No, not in Detroit. Hell no.
Gonna be a bad day for you at the DPS school around them times. The fuck are those?
I'll tell you, man. DPS was all about correction, man.
Get your ass together first day, right?
Oh, bruh. I remember I wore some Payless shoes in like 6th or 7th grade. They got me corrected real quick.
Man, what was you even thinking, bro? Like, you knew better. You knew better than that.
I did.
I understand, though.
I did. You know, I ain't grow up around fathers, and I had two. I ain't had no sisters. My aunties were my sisters. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't give a fuck about it. So I bought some Jordans. I thought they looked like some dude had some Jordan 10s, some shadow Jordan 10s in class. It was 6th grade, and I thought those were the same shoes when I went to Payless. They was like $26. I remember this. And I paid my mom to buy them shits. She bought them. Went into a homeroom. Told me they had the shadow 10s. Like, oh snap! You trying to be like me? And then another kid came behind, looked at the back of my shoe. Like, hold on, wait a minute. Those ain't Jordans. Instead of the Jordan symbol, they had like a basketball in a triangle. Oh man, that whole 8-9 hours of school, man, was a thrash.
Yeah,
everybody gave it.
You say all it took was one day, one time.
One time, I put my beaters back on. Like, yep, they corrected me. Some Nike beat 'em ups.
Right.
Forgot what they were, but they was fucked up. But you know what I'm saying? It was better than.
Right.
It was better than Payless shits, man.
Your mom's talking about, wear your new shoes. Hell no.
Them shits went straight in the garbage. Like, you know what?
You said wear your new shoes.
Right.
Somebody's on them real bad. Niggas making up shit. Oh man. Yeah, I can't talk. I had some beaters I wore for like 4 years. That shit was criminal. Nah, it was 3 years. Nope. Yeah, it was almost 3. Criminal. Through the rain, sleet, and snow.
Yeah, I had some Fugazi J's, but I was in high school. 9th grade year. OG bought some of them, some Fugazi 12s. And I painted the Jordan symbol on the back of them bitches. Me and my brother, we had our fake 12s, and we painted the little Fugazi Jordans on the back of them. Man, dude, I got to high school, bro. I already knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I'm telling you, dog. Hey, you remember Mervin's?
Yep.
Yeah, in the store. Yeah.
The little Mervin Nikes and shit and Adidas. That motherfucker saved my life several times. You go up in there and get you some little heat up in there. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day.
What was it called? They still sell them up in JCPenney's. What's the dash shoe? The ultimate dash shoe. That's probably what you had back then. Monarchs. Yeah.
Oh no, hell no. I never had
you got roasted rocking the Monarch.
Right. I mean, the Nikes that I had, they was a little bit more sporty than some Monarchs.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I remember having to get them Burlington Nikes myself sometimes. So,
yeah, I mean, sometimes they had some little heat up in there.
My first pair of Jordans came from them. They get some grape 5s, bro. Because the 6s was out at the time. And I ain't never had no J's, and there was some fucking great 5s just in my size. And shit, the stars aligned that day. You know what I'm saying? The price was right. I was there.
The right size, right.
It had no shoebox. It just had the little, the little plastic tag.
The little tag on it. Had the price on it. Like, yep, gotta go. Gotta get them.
Especially
with a heat like that.
Some 40, it was like $40. And I ain't even know, being a little nigga, I ain't know that was like an exclusive ass color that did not drop at all again for like damn near 20 years or something crazy.
The kids let you know about that shit too. Let you know they was fired.
Yeah. I came into school with the props the next day. Like, oh shit. Props. Like,
Look, I try to wear them bitches every damn day.
See, I knew better than that. I had to go back to my usual black tops. I don't know if y'all remember them joints. Reebok black tops.
Yeah, I had a pair.
Was that with the pump on it? Or was it? No, that was the pump.
No, didn't have. Not the black tops. I don't think the black tops had a pump on it. I never had pumps, so I had some black tops. I had also had some Latrell Spree rolls. Remember that commercial?
It's time no, that wasn't. No, that was.
It's time to pay the rent. You don't remember that commercial? Oh man,
sounds like a case for YouTube. But I don't even what. Latrell Sprewell wasn't N1, was he? That wasn't him.
No. I didn't have the spinners. It was the Converse.
I couldn't.
Also, you know what? Speaking of Mervin, I used to get them $35 Nikes, man, all the time. The Nike Decades saved my life.
That's what they was called? Decades?
Yeah. It was the shoes that they wore. The dudes that drunk the Kool-Aid. They had the Coke guy. It was like Jim Jones or something like. Remember that back in the day, they drunk some Kool-Aid, whatever. All of them was rocking Nike Decades. So Nike was selling them for like $35. Because I guess since the Coke leader had niggas killed in them, couldn't get them off. Never sell them shit.
That might hurt a little bit. Nike Decade. I don't recall those by name. Hey, these has always been fire.
I'll pull out a picture of them bitches.
Despite the cult leader reference, like there's some basic ass Nikes, man. Like that's all I can say about those. They probably
but at least they was Nikes. You was in the dough. As long as you had some Nikes on, you was straight.
Yeah, that was like 45. These was like, I remember back in those days, our school books didn't have like photos. It had drawn pictures. And every time they had like a kid on the cover, like with a skateboard or some random shit, like flying through the wind and, fast motion. He had on like some basic Nikes like these.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, right.
$35 a pop. Get the white one and the black ones.
No, what was those? What's those Nikes with just like the straight up? They played in basketball in them in like the '60s or some shit. They was similar to those, but they had like the long. It was just a straight up basic sole.
Talking about the Blazers?
Was it the Blazers? I don't know if it was. They played in them in the 70s, and they came back hard like around the mid 90s, I'd say.
Yeah, Blazers is hitting right now. Right here. About these?
No, not those. Not the Blazers.
It looked like some shit. Bill Russell was hooping in.
Yeah, them bitches hard though. I like those. These, everybody had them. It was almost like the Roshi runs. Cannot think of the name of them damn Nikes, man. But everybody had them bitches. It was almost like the Sauconys. How the Sauconys was shaped.
It was hooping.
Yeah, it was, but it wasn't a high top though. It was a low top. But it was like it was a show. It was a shoe from like the 70s or some shit like that.
No, it could go a lot of ways.
I can't think of the name of it.
The first Nike basketball shoe was the Nike Bruin. Talking about some deep diving for knowledge.
Nike Bruin. You might as well keep your browser up.
I know, right?
Niggas was hooping in these. Nuts. Man. We've come a long way sports-wise, athletically.
Talking about these, fam?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, 82 games plus playoffs. Man,
put up a bigger picture of them. Them was them motherfucking, the ones I'm talking about, they look like that, but they had a little bit more sporty sole on the bottom of them. Y'all remember what I'm talking about?
You're not talking about nope. Yeah, sorry. The Cortezes? You talking about Nike Cortezes?
I think the Cortezes, yeah.
Nike Cortez.
Like
this a dope man shoe right here.
Yeah. I was about to say, I hope ain't nobody hooping in Cortezes. That sounds like an impossible task. Quit trying to hoop in that damn soul.
Yeah.
The Forrest Gumps. Yeah, those
I hate them bitches.
I was not expecting that reaction.
Hey, bro. Man, I hate those, dog.
Oh man.
Those in the shell toe Adidas. Ugh.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I don't get them.
I was about to buy some shell toes from Burlington for $7, man.
Nah, bro, I just couldn't even do it.
I mean, Cortez has got a look, but they scream not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't get away with it. I feel like if you wear bro, you can't wear no damn Cortezes. It's over for that.
Oh yeah, I have your foot looking hella long.
Right.
Hold on, like damn. And they crease weird. It's just not. They feel weird. I don't know. You got like a narrow foot to pull off a Cortez. Now hold on. Go back to that picture because it was a joint under the Cortezes. I rock with those. I think those were A6 Tigers or something like that.
Oh man, the A6 Tigers is a Cortez.
Hmm?
So, all right. So I read the book Shoe Dog, whatever. Right. So Phil Knight used to hustle for Asics when they was called some Tigers, whatever, right? And he was their main distributor in North America. And like before he actually started making his own shoes with my man that was the coach at Oregon track. So he used to, the Onitsuka Tigers used to be the ones that he used to hustle. He was the #1 distributor in the country of those shoes. But you know what I'm saying, they was doing some shady shit, so he had no choice but to make his own shoe. And so he started making shit like the Cortez. At first it was called the Aztec. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if that's better or worse.
Well, it was somebody messed with them. I'm a little hazy. I read the book a while back. But like somebody messed with them about the Aztec name, so they went with Cortez.
I don't know, the Tigers. If you look at that
people
picture,
used to run in these though. People used to run in these.
Still running shoes, but they just fly to me. I don't know. If you look at that picture in 1969, I don't really think they do resemble Cortezes too much. Kinda.
Yeah, they do a little bit.
Yeah, I can see it. Side profile, but that front profile down there, I don't know.
No, most likely what happened is they took the
silhouette.
Yeah, and then just modified it so it won't be an issue.
Yeah,
because you know they did hella court cases and all that stuff.
This is like that Reebok aerobic shoe as well. You know what I mean? The 80s was big for this type of shoe. LA Gears with that little that came out. They was hot for a hot second. British Knights.
They got a it's a show on Netflix, and It's about people who were like game changers, and Tinker Hatfield was on there. He was talking about like Reebok when they came up with those aerobic shoes, put a beating on Nike. So
they put a beating on everybody. Those 5411s, they put a beating because Reebok. So like everybody, so Adidas was the head niggas in charge, whatever, right? Then aerobics became, you know, saying the shit in the 80s, and in turn Reebok catered to aerobics, and so they were just busting them down. You know what I'm saying? Jordan saved Nike. It's real. He really saved Nike.
He was not happy with them until Tinker Hatfield came along.
Yeah, because the two almost ruined his career.
Well, I think he broke his foot into some ones. It is amazing to me. So like when people be talking about basketball and about like how the younger generation is more athletic and all this stuff, I'm like, I don't know, man. They ain't hooping in some Jordan 1s. They ain't hooping in no Conference All-Stars. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine how athletic you could be if you're hooping in those. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be about body control, too.
Right, you might as well be some hospital socks, man. If you're playing out here in some damn Converse Chuck Taylors. That's why I look at when I look at like Wilt Chamberlain's career numbers, bro, I just marvel because mostly he did that shit in like some Chuck Taylors or worse. Like, man, come on, 82 games. He's blocking he's pulling 100 points in a game. Like, you're doing this in Chuck Taylors. Come on, man, you're a whole different kind of dude. I don't care what year it is.
Facts. Yeah, and you know what? He didn't like the two. And he wanted to go because, like, he didn't want to go to Jordan. I mean, he didn't want to go to Nike. He wanted to go to Adidas. He wanted Adidas. His moms and his pops convinced him to go to the meeting with Nike. Nike sold him on it. Phil Moore made the Jordan 1, and then him and another guy made the Jordan 2, and they went all out for the Jordan 2. But it was bulky and it was terribly constructed, in my personal opinion. The worst Jordan of the original 14. But then, Tinker came in and shut shit down, man. And he had an innovative run like no other in sneakers, man.
That made me think of that the baby concert footage. Who threw that goddamn Adidas? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all seen that one.
Yeah, I did.
Damn Adidas. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Nike is that dude, Jordan's that dude, but it's something about the classics. It's random stuff like Rod Lavers and you know what I mean? Just, you're not a superstar guy, but I'm a forum guy and a top 10 guy for sure. I don't even know what the hell those are considered.
I can't fuck with top 10s, man.
Can't do top
shits.
Hate them bitches.
My foot got too big for them, man. They don't run in my size no more, man.
Yeah, you gotta have I ain't gonna lie, they look way better if you got like a size 9 or 10 or something. Bigger your foot is, but you get a little more uncomfortable. Like, yeah, because I like mine, but they not the most comfortable shoe. I don't sport them that often. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that.
Yeah, but it's still heat though.
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta get my sneaker game back up. My shit is all the way on the ground. So
it's not worth it, man. It's an addiction. It's an addiction that's hard to come back from, man.
Yeah, I know. So I don't do it no more. I had to cut that shit all out. That shit was expensive, man. Sneaker cast. Breed. You might as well have a hard drug habit.
Facts. Especially since the resellers involved, like heavy in the game, upcharging X amount of dollars. You know what I'm saying? And then especially after the Last Dance documentary, a shoe that was in the outlets be going for $300-$400 now on GOAT or StockX. Like, come on, man. Work with me here.
Isn't StockX the one in trouble? Because personally, I always thought the authenticator thing was like, I don't know. But I know they've been in deep water like all year. I know that. I don't know how that shook out yet.
Being totally honest, if you logically think of something, like if it comes to anything, when it comes to authenticating something to be real, you might go through thousands of shoes that you authenticate as real. And if one come up bad, like it was actually a fake, the whole process is tainted. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like I fuck with StockX. You know what I'm saying? I don't get super hype releases off of StockX because of that reason. And fakes are that good. Like if I don't get it off of sneakers or Flex app, like the cool grades I hit off sneakers app or whatever. If I don't do that, I'm not touching it, man. Because you'll see a shoe, like you can pull up a video on YouTube and watch the fakes being made. Startling, man.
You said the fakes being made?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man, they made in the same warehouse the real ones being made. I mean, that's the killer part. But and the thing you say, it's not just 1 out of 100, bro. A lot of fakes have been getting through StockX, and that's been the issue. You know what I mean? And I get it, because what they're doing, their whole process is human based, and you're just gonna have errors when it comes to people. You know, especially with quality control, quality control, because Nike already did the quality control, and now it's up to you to quality control Nike, and they're like, good luck, bro. How do you know what we did? You don't know what the secret of the sauce is. But
you know, it's funny. This guy recently at work come to work every day with a different pair of J's on, right? Fresh as hell every day. So I'm talking to him, and he was like, yeah, you know, I get them off I think it's AliExpress. And like he was like, you know, it took about a month for them to get here and this and that, and they only cost this amount, and he was trying to get me to buy some of these bitches, and I'm like, man, they look legit, man, but I'm just like, I don't know, man, it's just something in me. I just cannot wear no fugazi ass shoes, dog. I can't do it.
So I'm gonna pose an interesting question. These are fakes, fresh?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's crazy. So, Will, if you own the authentic, let's say you own what's them joints from Back to the Future? Air Max. If you own a pair of actual Air Max, you know, they reselling for whatever, 10 times what the retail was. You wouldn't just have a pair of high ass quality fakes that just go sport and beat the shit out of, like art on the wall.
Hell no. Because it's somebody you're gonna run across, somebody that know. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in just having shoes you never wear, man. I'm not that trophy shoe guy. You know, if I got them at some point, I'm gonna wear them.
Yo, some of these fakes now you can't tell, man. Like you really can't tell. It's something where you like, I'll watch a real versus fake video, and like they got to look at the board blast and all this type of stuff, the stitching. I'm like, yo, man, like on a quick glance, somebody walking past you, you can't tell if they're fake or not. You know what I'm saying? But it will be on my heart, like, yo, man, I'm rocking fake shit. I can't do it. You know what I mean?
Nah, yeah, like Fresh said, I mean, if you just out and about, I mean, we grown. Ain't nobody gonna be pressing you about your shoe. But I just can't do it now. If you in high school, they gonna press you.
Take your shoe off, fam. We trying to do an analysis. I see, as a person who has worn fakes before in his life, I'll admit it. I did it once or twice. You know they fake as hell because they just feel entirely different. You're like, nah. So I agree with you on that point. You can't do no serious business in no fakes, bro. You're gonna get about to hour 3 in them boys, and you're gonna be like, oh damn, my toe's starting to poke out a little bit. This leather's a little soft on my pinky toe. You know what I'm saying? If I do this shit one more time, my shit might pop. You know what I'm saying? Pop out the shoe. So, I mean, I've seen
the fakes are good, man. The fakes have been real good lately.
It's the game has changed. Yeah,
I think they're good to just take your lady to the flicks or just out and about on the town. But the moment I'm gonna just take these fakes and try to hoop in them. Yeah.
No. Hell no. You ain't trying to hoop in no Fugazi boys.
It's a Dundee. I hope.
Yeah, because the shoes, I would have never thought this dude was wearing Fugazi ass shoes, man. And he wear a different pair of J's every day.
But look at them. They look 1-on-1. These shoes look 1-on-1. Like if I bring out my cool grays and put them side by side with them, it'd be very hard to tell the difference.
So let me ask you this: what about restored J's? Like, you know what I mean? Because I've seen videos of cats taking they got the shoe out off the sole and just totally redoing the whole Jordan shoe and just remaking it and making it some custom shit. Isn't that sort of the same kind of vein? I mean,
if you're using the original parts, no.
I think that's just a huge ass waste to me, man. You take another pair of $200 fucking shoes and snatch the sole off of them just to restore some old shit. That just don't make sense to me, man.
It makes sense in the sense because like the older stuff have better quality, if you will. Like say for instance, like if you get like by happenstance a pair of 1985 originals, whatever, right? But the rubber on the outsole is slippery, you know what I'm saying, cracking and all that stuff. You buy a donor pair, they call them donor pairs, for $170, because like that shoe right there is thousands of dollars. The original 85 pair, you know what I'm saying, worth that by the market. So you know what I'm saying, you take a donor pair and put it on the new one, the older ones, because those shoes be like $30-$40 to still hold up. I mean $30-$40, 30-40 years old and still hold up. So
here's my thing. Do you really honestly expect some super stoner 17, 18, 19, 22, whatever old working for StockX or GOAT or any of these resale shops to be able to recognize this as a fake shoe? I don't. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. His goofy ass don't care, bro. He make 14, 13 an hour. He not caring like that.
Some people's shoes are their life, man. So, and like it'd be crazy to talk to a real shoe enthusiast. It's like, you know what I'm saying, I'm not a sneakerhead. I just like shoes. But like you talk to guys that talk about the lateral and the medial sides and the different stitching between the 96 pairs and the 98 or the 2011 pairs. They really talk about the fine-tuned details of it, and their eyes are able to catch the little discrepancies, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So like, they're professionals. Some people are professionals at what they do, so I can't knock it. You know what I'm saying? But like, do I believe, like, is it possible for a person checking 600 shoes a day, one they get wrong? They might, you know what I'm saying?
I clearly don't have a shoe eye, because if that shoe came across, I feel like your average inspector, 7 out of 10 of them gonna be like, oh yeah, check, green. Oh, these are good. They'll put like
a lot of factories like this, they use guidelines. So checkers usually use a black light to look for guidelines on them as well, because like the real shit never have guidelines on them.
Damn, so they got quality control. So your shit, if it ain't meeting a certain standard, it's not leaving the factory.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy how literally, like Sherm said earlier, they're in the same factories. They got like, because Nike don't own none of the factories. You know what I'm saying? None of these shoe companies own these factories. So what they're doing is that they leaving their molds, they leaving these blueprints, and people picking them up and just duplicating them, man.
Yeah, literally just ripping it off. Like, all right, we gonna make Nikes from 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and at 5:30 it's time for them the Lilings or whatever the hell they calling these fake Jordans. No, Liling is a real brand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a real brand out in China. They may actually make some good basketball shoes. But like, you know what I mean, like, just imagine, like, because like, say for instance, the Cool Gray came out in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
I think that came out. So they had 19 years to perfect a process of duplicating it. Of course, you can be good at that.
Damn, man, this is a good hustle right here, man. You done bought you a few of those and tell some moron you got them dead stock and flip the shit out them bitches.
Hey, because low key, most niggas don't care. They can't afford $220 on Jordan Saturday. They don't know what the sneakers app is. They just won't. They won't. So I get it, man. You out here flipping fakes. Y'all don't condone it. I condone capitalism make your money. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you might be.
Damn.
Somebody gonna buy some fakes, bro. Sell it to them.
But you know, they don't tell you. A lot of them don't tell you they fakes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You think you buying.
Trust these dudes know. You know, you going to the flea market and they got these Jordans in here. Like, yeah, these don't belong with no box. Trust, they know, bro. They know.
Well, no, I mean, if we're getting something like those high-end Fugazi boys we was just looking at, man, you got a box and everything. You really don't know. If I'm selling that to you offline, online, you wouldn't know that those are fake.
Yeah, unless they come from a reputable seller.
You mean
they come from a reputable seller, you wouldn't know.
Right. So if Will's like a random seller and I go buy those fake, no, I definitely wouldn't know. But see, I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, just depending on how bad you want them, though, I might just have them and you believe them. I take some dope ass pictures and tell you, oh, I got a one that dropped. I'm moving and I need the money. That's why I'm selling them. I mean, you gonna buy them bitches?
Story like, oh, it's a good deal. Yeah, no, I mean, I get it, but I'm also saying like you don't have to disguise them as fakes. A lot of dudes are just buying them. Like, oh, they fakes, bet. You know what I'm saying? Because
this is a different generation there, man. Because you will never be able to move them bitches back in the day if you told somebody up front that they fake.
And we live in the era of Instagram. Dudes is doing stuff for clout. They don't care if they real or fake.
Yeah, it's tragic.
I just couldn't even. I don't even know if I could even step outside with the Fugazi ass boys, and I knew they was fake. I just couldn't do it, man.
Yeah, it hurt my spirit.
Yeah, man. I paid the ticket, man. Fuck it. I paid the ticket. I'd rather pay after market prices before I step outside and see Fugazi shit.
Just go through the outlets, man. I found some Jordan 12s actually a couple days ago, man, for $99 that go for $210. You know what I'm saying? And $300 on the aftermarket. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit, we gotta talk offline then, man. I need to know where you getting this shit from.
Man, Nike outlets, fam. Literally, I'll just pop up to Great Lakes and go down off of Woodward and just like, hey, what you got? You know what I'm saying? Go there, check it out. Found my love for Kyrie's doing that. Bought my kids some Kyrie's as well. So that's all I do, man.
So what y'all saying is broke dudes can't shine.
That's for broke dudes.
Save up,
outlet, man.
Save up. Don't let me catch you out here with the Fugazi boys.
His baby mama didn't care when she met him.
She don't know. 9 times out of 10, he don't know.
Hey, trust he knew he was going out bogus that night. Like, yeah. He made his whole fit around them fake J's.
Oh shit!
Man just came through with the AliExpress. Motherfucker. Yeah. Great fives. Yeah, it's about to go down. I got that Charlotte Hornet jersey. Yeah, like bro.
It's crazy how proud he was to tell you that he got.
Yeah, man. I mean, like every day, this dude had a crispy ass different pair of J's on. Every day. I'm like, damn, this nigga making bread up in this bitch. And then he just pulled me to the side, like, yeah, whoopty whoop, and got to telling me that shit. I was like, sounds tempting, man, but something in my spirit is not right, man. That shit, I just couldn't do it, man. I can't do it. And so now that shit got me questioning every cat around that bitch with some J's on. I'm like, man, you got them Ali boys on.
Like, he's a plug for the whole building.
Yeah, because he was telling motherfuckers.
I don't be messing with
I told one of my homies, I was like, could you do that shit? He was like, hell no, bro. Can't do it, man. I'll pay the ticket. Fuck it.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, we just talked about it. Like I used to cop shoes for $35. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Like, well, to each his own. Like, I think it is society pressure in that fact, whatever, right? But like, because society, I think as we was growing up, when you wore fake shit, you got corrected. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you wore lesser brands, like you had Polo, but then you had Chap. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go certain places, you get roasted. Or what's the other one? The Beverly Hills Polo Club.
I was about to come about USPA. I still flame somebody. They walked around me with that Johnson. Like, almost 40 hours.
You feel I still feel that shit when I see somebody wearing some Adidas with some Nikes and shit. Like, hold on, you ain't supposed to do that. But times have changed, man.
Nobody gives a damn no more. But
right,
when you come to a horse that's like 8 times too big, with a man on like that's not playing polo, I don't know, what are you doing? Like, man, this is not a polo horse. What is this? This guy, he's out here hunting ducks on that damn horse. What are you doing on that, man?
Yeah, quick glance though, it might fool you though.
Oh, I done ran into the stores a few times, picked up something I thought that was super fly. Just to be like, to this day, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, bro, don't hand me no shit like that. Nonsense brand I never heard of. I don't know, maybe it's just a thing. If I never heard of it, I give it more of a chance. But if I see some known bullshit like USPA or what's that one? South Pole, it's over. Like, don't even waste your time.
South Pole.
Shake your head like that.
Damn. That shit is about as bad as Echo, man.
Oh, yeah, it's right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Don't buy me that nonsense.
And they be still out here, too, though.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, these niggas got to be a front.
Go to your local Foreman Mills, you'll find all the Echo and the Academics and
Fat Farm and all that bullshit.
Fat Farm still out here.
Still out here. Even Sean John, man, that shit down there too. Who the fuck is still wearing this shit?
Puff just bought Sean John back.
You should let it go.
Should let it go. Like, just let it. You should just be getting royalties off it and act like it's not even yours, like a bastard or something.
But you know what? That brings back to a point where I saw in the documentary, and it's the realest shit ever. How, because like, why don't black brands last? You know what I'm saying? You had your Fat Farm, you had your Sean John, you had your Carl Kanai, whatever, right? It's because a dude brought a poignant point about how we reach for the unattainable. Like, we don't like, say for instance, like, we don't talk that shit about Givenchy, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, all right, I remember at one point in time, when we was younger, we can get Dior from like the outlets, like TJ Maxx, Marshalls and them, whatever, right? Cheap as hell, you know what I'm saying? But now it's like, it got popular again. Now it's like $2,000 for a t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? But like black actual brands don't go through that route, you know what I'm saying? Like, once they dead, they are dead, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I thought FUBU was making a resurgence.
Where?
I know they sold them. I know he sold them. It done passed hands a few times. Carl Kanai came back for a little bit.
My man, what's his name? Damon John. He bought Coogee. The minute he bought Coogee, Coogee died. Like, you know, like one, like you get associated with a black person that was dead. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Remember Kanye went on, and shout out to Kanye because he's worth $6.6 billion now off of a lot of brands and things like that. But remember when Kanye was trying to get on with his heavy fashion game, they wouldn't let him play. I think at the end of the day, it's always racism. You know what I mean?
But you know what? In that point that you just made, it made me realize something. That's because Kanye is more global. You know what I'm saying? That's that hood shit. That hood shit dies off. You know, if you're lucky enough for it to catch on in the hood, you lucky. But Kanye is global. He's reaching a global market, and it's predominantly white people who's keeping that shit hot, which is in turn keeping the black community interested in it. When it's just a black community, you know, you might, if you get on, you lucky to be in that space, you know, and it's only for a limited time.
You know what though? Because like the thing I think is that you have these brands, whatever, right? And our culture make these brands hot. Mm-hmm. Brands that have been down, they've been around centuries, like Goyard or Balmain. And the minute we start rocking it, it becomes a affluent brand in the eyes of the Americana. You know what I'm saying? So like it wasn't shit where like the FUBU jerseys, those became like corny after a while. Big ass FUBU on your truck across your chest and all that shit. But like sleek brands like Sean John, you know what I'm saying? Like they were tailored big baggier, but like then they had slim fitting joints. But once we deemed it corny, it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like we deemed starter jackets corny at one point, but now they start popping again. Or Champion, you know what I'm saying? Like you see Champion hoodies everywhere again.
But I think to your point, I think it's quicker for the black culture to label other black creators, designers corny before they'll say Champion or Guess or something. Levi, all these things that have come and gone and come and gone and come and gone. You know what I mean? They will. Yeah. It won't be a Carl Kanai that's going to come and go. Once he's done, like you said, Fresh, he's done. And I think that equates to just black people trying to chase what popular. I'm not going to say popular white people stuff, but just like you said, things that are unobtainable. They feel like they're unobtainable. If everybody can go get FUBU, then nobody wants FUBU. So if only 100 can get FUBU, then it's something all of us gonna want. We can't have.
But he kind of hit the nail on the head when he named a bunch of like white brands. Those are all white brands. They might kind of fade in popularity, but at the end of the day, they're a white brand. They have the potential to reemerge just based off of a check pass to the right celebrity. If they give the check to the right celebrity, that shit back on and popping, they can reinvigorate the brand. Typically a black brand, you know, it's a black brand, so it's not looked at as, it's not valued as high as a white brand.
I feel like with anything you gotta maintain a level. You could call it bougie or not, but if you want to do this fashion thing, you got to look at Apple designs themselves to be somewhat unobtainable for the broke person. You know what I mean? Everyone's chasing that exclusivity, you know, like, hey, this is an Apple, you got to have it because it does this and this. It looks good on your wrist, whatever. The watch is sleek. Everybody's got one. All these celebrities, they're doing cool commercials. You gotta, if you don't have this, you're not shit, basically. And when it comes to these black brands, I mean, I think it's just naturally, you know, it's only
everybody got them.
Yeah, everybody's got it.
I mean, right. I mean, if I wanted a Carl Kanai back in the day, if I wanted a FUBU, I could get it easy.
And think about this though. Like y'all brought up.
You know what I mean?
My bad.
No, my bad, Fresh. But they're not getting slow money in a sense where soccer dad's gonna go to Kohl's and get a pair of Monarchs. Like that's where Nike's really making their money. That, you know, just slow, easy money that's always gonna sell basic stuff. Like there's no black brand, at least that I know of, that's out here just like a Champion hoodie, just constantly. It's gonna sell. Somebody's gonna buy it. It might not be in the black culture because that's something else, but I think when, you know, these black designers are only dependent on black culture and don't hit the complete masses, that's when you get into trouble.
Well, I mean, if you hit the black masses, it'll blow. It'll blow. But I mean, it just don't have the legs for it to.
You brought up Ye though.
Itself.
You brought up Ye because the thing about Ye is that he's working with Gap. Gap is fast fashion. Gap is like Old Navy as well, you know what I'm saying? Fast fashion, and it's selling out, you know what I'm saying? Like I know that like he got $1 billion because working with Adidas and Gap and these other brands or whatnot, and like he even mentioned he lost a ton of money trying to do it by himself, but it brings to the point where it's like, all right, similar when Dapper Dan was doing this thing in the 80s, making was it like Gucci or LV pop, you know what I'm saying? And like they stole his creations until it was an uproar about him. Now he's working for them, these brands, you know what I'm saying? Or like, remember the Air Force Ones back in the day, they had the LV print, the bootleg joints, they wasn't popping, you know what I'm saying? But like Virgil, you know what I'm saying, with his off-white brand, go to LV, and he makes those bootlegs, the official shoe, sold out in seconds, you know what I'm saying? So it's like literally, it's a actual cycle of black is making it hot, you know what I'm saying? But like, we can't produce it. long as we don't produce it, it's cool. Long as we are the face of it, front facing of it, it's cool. And that shit kind of bullshit.
Yeah, that's actually trash. That's very trash. I don't want to just. Yeah, I was sitting there watching the James Brown movie tonight, and that was one of his points. Like, hey man, I'm not just the entertainer. Like, I'm about to get all them paper because I'm doing all the work. So, I mean, I don't want to just the front facing, black brand, quote unquote. But I mean, I don't know if there's a dope black designer out here that's on the up and come up. If it's dope, I wear it. I try to support it as much as I can. But
yeah, long as it ain't a $40, $50 t-shirt that they put on a Gildan, I might actually, if they actually put effort in it, I'll actually.
I mean, if it's $50, if it's fly as fuck, if I feel like it's worth $50, I'll pay. That's just what it is to me. I mean, you'll go pay $70 for some 501 Levi's, or not you, or somebody will, because they brand quality, brand expectation. If you come out the gate and you're a young designer, whatever you come from, whatever your culture may be, if you give me quality products, then you charge me a price, I'll gladly pay for the quality, man. And it's the exclusivity of me not having something that you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because Virgil talked about that too, man. When he did that Pyrex 21, man. I mean, he explained, like, what was he charging? Several $100s for just like one shirt, $200. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, me as a creative, I decide what the value of my creation is. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody else. But like typically, like what Fresh was saying, like, I mean, it's kind of a point you both was kind of hitting on. I mean, if it's a black creator, it's not valued as much. So, it's not the safe bet until, I feel like it's not a safe bet until white folks start to like it. When it's white folks that start to like it, then the black folks come on board.
What's the unfortunate thing? I don't think there's going to be a black brand where if I'm a billionaire white guy, then I'm going to look at and go, I'm going to support this guy's brand. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that'll.
I mean, Yeezy. I mean, but that's just based off the strength of his music and constantly winning. I don't even think he's like doing any groundbreaking designing though either. He's got a lot of people that work with him too.
And my thing with Yeezy is he's hitting a common denominator. I'm talking about, you know the Rob Report, that magazine. You flip that open, you heard of things you never heard of. Who You Blow's been around for the longest, and we're just now. Hugh Blow watches are just now getting to the forefront of the black culture. So trust, if you got real long paper, this stuff rappers be talking about was stuff your granddaddy was doing in the 30s and shit. Like, I'm just saying that when that real old long money, if it's not supporting no black business, then I don't foresee it happening. Ain't no long money buying FUBU. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting at. There is no high-end super luxury that a white man's gonna mess with, who in turn everybody's gonna mess with. Like, what's my man that's out here making $1 million watches right now, bro?
I was just gonna ask you about.
Talking about them APs, the
Pateks, yeah. Now I don't know if those are like the new Jacob Jewelers or whatever, but those watches, I don't think billionaire men are buying those. Billionaire people are buying those. They're more gaudy for the rich people, not wealthy people.
Patek Philippe.
So when I don't think there's gonna be, I don't want to say gonna be, but I don't think there is a black designer making anything for wealthy people. I'm probably wrong in that.
I mean, when you design something, you price it, and that's one thing I learned. Somebody like explained to me. They was like, "Well, do you want your shit to be for the everyday man, or is it for rich people shit?" So you price your shit, because that's one thing about us. Like, if you say your shit $25, you gonna move a few units, and people, they might buy it. Maybe it's just $25, but when you say your shit $120 fucking dollars, you know what I'm saying? You don't get as much. I don't know. It just creates a level, like you guys were saying. It just creates a level of exclusivity. Like, okay, I know, like, I'm not gonna see 2 other cats while I'm out with this shit on. You know what I'm saying? So you're paying for the exclusivity. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's hot and it's dope, okay, I know if I got some Yeezy shit on, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be the only cat in there with some Yeezy shit on. You know,
doubling back. That's probably the reason why the fake market is so big right now. For that the reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't afford the $220 for these retail, and I damn sure can't afford the $500, you know what I'm saying, resale. So I might as well get these fakes over here that's $80. You know what I'm saying? For that exclusivity, which is wild to me.
No, it's not, because we've built a culture in America of, you know, I'm doing better, of capitalism. If you're not up top, you ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're not shit. You might as well just, you know, go be a bum under a bridge if you're not wearing these Yeezys. You know what I mean? So when you've created a culture of just people who are hungry for capitalism, which is crazy to me, you're hungry to go spend your money, you know, whatever. But we've created a culture of that where people are hungry to spend their money to look like X or Y or Z. And
I mean, it's not even just a culture of wanting to go spend your money, Sherm. It's about the clout, man. I mean, it's about wanting to look like you got it, though. You know what I'm saying? That's what it really boils down to make to look like you got it, so you can attract more people to you. You know what I'm saying? More opportunity. I mean, it's a lot more than just wanting to just spend your money. But why are you wanting to spend your money?
True. Like you said, we want to have that look of success. And as what I'm saying, a lot of people will definitely buy fakes because they don't give a damn about the hard work and wanting to spend $230 on some Yeezy. So give me the $80 one right off the factory. So this is a different world we live. I mean, it's a different age, and we're moving. Everything's on social media, on these cell phones. Things are moving faster and faster and quicker. You know, a lot of people don't have time to go shoot checking people in public. They don't even care. I just want to look fly for the night. And like I said, I do want to go meet his next baby mama. So, you know, whoever he may be, I don't know, man. But it's a lot going on with it. So I can understand how it all works out.